But that whole thing of diversity is just remarkable. And we say that, innovation comes from experimentation and it comes from difference, So you've got this ability to maximize that, and the resourcefulness of the different cultures and the willingness to share, and the sechel, or the smarts, people really aspire. I mean, it's as Addie says, it's a small market, so to be successful, you've got to be really good. You've got to be really smart.
Yeah.
So, there are some of those, and I think your point, Addie, building on that, is experimentation is everything, and improvisation. I really learned about, and I've explored that a lot more, the notion of, if you're in the IDF and you're in a valley and you're facing 500 enemy tanks and you're on your own, as has happened, you've got to improvise a way out. And that's what they do. They're just amazing how they can just think on their feet. Not always, what was the word? They don't always make themselves popular.
No.
No.
No, no.
But they will make themselves heard.
Heard for sure. I travel a lot with the family, with the kids, and there are some places that we go and we know that it doesn't matter. This is how we speak, and we'll be so prominent. We'll go into a restaurant and we'll be the only table heard because we're so loud. That's why we like to go to Spain and Italy, because we're not that out of order.
Different.
Yeah.
Well, my husband and I go, oh yeah, well, let's do it the Israeli way, So,
What
for
does that
example,
mean?
well, here in Australia, you line up. If you're trying, sometimes if you're in the supermarket, you'll line up for the cashier. In Israel, you just elbow your way in and put your things at the front of the line and make everybody wait while you go and get the rest of what you want, so you can be first in line. I know it's an extreme example.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's not extreme in Israel, but we split. We do it wisely. You could stay and he will go and bring all the other stuff. Like, we're very wise on that one. The fact that you're talking about the line, it's so Israeli that you never have really a line. It will always be like a zigzag in a sense. And it's like the line is like, no way. Like, it's like reinventing the line each place that you go. It doesn't matter, in the post office, in the supermarket. It's like, but what you're saying is, it sounds like something that it's hard to really create a formula for. How do you formalize what we're talking about and teach that afterwards? So how did you create a program from it?
Oh, that's a good question. So that was really my inspiration, and of course, I really loved living there. So that really opened up we would say it created an opening, and a doorway and a threshold for me to really look at, well, this tiny country is really a model of the future, and I could sense this 11 years ago or 10 years ago when I was there. So these guys have learned how to adapt, in an unstable world, and innovate and be really, globally remarkable. So there's something here to learn from. So I started not only to research the Israeli culture, but to re-educate myself in the whole innovation space. So people who work in innovation are incredibly generous. So I networked through LinkedIn and met amazing people who really helped me. And I did a series of online learning programs. So this is before online became what it is today, and really immersed myself in learning about innovation for a couple of years, and started to put together my own curriculum. And then I needed to have a community, so I joined the International Coach Federation and got myself accredited. And then I thought, well, I'll design a course to teach how to innovate like an Israeli.